Um, some part of the question number 7 was explained in question number 6. Now we move to the question number 7 of topic, that is valuation of long-term securities. It is basically chapter number 4 of the book called Financial Management. The author is James Van Horn. So the question number 7 is about the bond, and as I have discussed that it has the two parts, and the part A is related with the bond that is non-callable bond. Non-callable, sorry, I am again and again calling it bond. No, it is basically non callable preferred stock, non-callable preferred stock. So if it is a preferred stock and it is नॉन कॉलेबल, और नॉन कॉलेबल की निशानी क्या होगी कि उसमें कोई कॉल प्राइस वगैरह नहीं दी होगी, जैसा कि यहाँ पे 110 रुपया कॉल प्राइस दी हुई है, उसमें किसी किस्म की इस तरह की कोई कॉल प्राइस वगैरह नहीं दी हुई होगी. सो what he has said कि you calculate the yield on this stock. Remember, the formulas will remain same, whether to calculate the value, intrinsic value, that is the v, whether to calculate the intrinsic value v, or whether to calculate the yield of the stock. The process, remember that whenever he says the yield, it means the KP. He is asking for the KP. Whenever he says to calculate the value of the stock, it means he is asking for the V. In previous question, in question number 6, he had asked to calculate the value. He had asked to calculate the value. If he would have asked to calculate the yield of this common stock, we would have to find this KE. Similarly, in this case, if he उसने ये कहा है कि yield फाइंड करें, तो हमने ये चीज़ कैलकुलेट करनी है. अगर वो ये कहता कि वैल्यू फाइंड करें, तो फिर हमने ये चीज़ कैलकुलेट करनी थी. Now we move to the solution of the question. Whenever he says to find the yield of a common stock, a preferred stock, a bond, or whatsoever is the security, write down the formula and replace the V with P नॉट. जो भी V लिखा हुआ है ना, उसको आपने उसकी जगह आपने P नॉट लिख देना है. और P नॉट क्या है? P नॉट है आपकी करंट मार्केट प्राइस, कि इस वक्त शेयर की मार्केट में क्या प्राइस चल रही है. So in order to find the yield of this preferred stock, we have replaced the P naught with V, and now we put the values in the formula. P naught is 100. Share is currently just sold in the market for $100, and the stated डिविडेंड जो अभी बता दिया गया है कि यही हमेशा 1 साल तक इसे मिलेगा, वो $8 है. तो हमने ये वैल्यूज़ इस फार्मूला में पुट कर दी हैं, और this KP is being divided on one side of the equation. We will move it to the other side of the equation, and we will move this 100 to this side of the equation. We will divide 100 over $8, and it will give us 0.08. If you multiply it with 100, it will give you your yield in percentage form. It will give you your yield in percentage form. Now in part give me some time. Okay, now in part B, he has asked that if this is not a simple preferred stock. It is a callable preferred stock, and it has a call price of 110. इस 110 कॉल प्राइस का मतलब ये है कि इस कीमत पे ये वापस ख़रीद लिया जाएगा, एंड कॉल प्राइस ऑफ 110 इन 5 years. तो 5 सालों बाद ये आज जो 100 रुपये का बिक रहा है, 5 सालों के बाद ये 110 रुपये का ख़रीद लिया जाएगा. सो the call price is 110. It means that after 5 years this stock will be purchased back by the company for $110. This is the formula for calculation of value or yield of a callable preferred stock. चाहे आपने वैल्यू फाइंड करनी है, इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू प्रेफर्ड कॉलेबल प्रेफर्ड स्टॉक की फाइंड करनी है, या उसकी यील्ड फाइंड करनी है, केपी, जो चीज़ भी फाइंड करनी है, फार्मूला यही रहेगा. And this is not a new formula. This formula, we have already studied these formulas in chapter number 3, that was pertinent to the time value of the money. Basically this is the formula of the present value, and this is the present value annuity formula we had discussed in chapter number 3, and this is the non annuity formula to calculate the present value. That was PV is equal to FV divided by 1 plus I raised to power n. So it is basically now the combination of those two formulas. तो चाहे वो आपको ये कहे कि आपने वैल्यू फाइंड करनी है, या आपने प्रेफर्ड स्टॉक की यील्ड फाइंड करनी है, कॉलेबल प्रेफर्ड स्टॉक की वैल्यू फाइंड करनी है, या कॉलेबल प्रेफर्ड स्टॉक की आपने यील्ड फाइंड करनी है, फार्मूला वुड रिमेन द सेम. नाउ द स्टेप यू शुड रिमेंबर is that replace to find the yield, replace V with P naught whenever he asks you to calculate the yield. Always replace V with P naught, whether that is a common stock, whether that is a preferred stock, whether that is a bond. So we have replaced the V with P naught, and in this formula dp is basically dividend of the preferred stock. In chapter number 3 we had denoted this with r, that was a consecutive and equal amount. Is in this case, in case of the preferred stock, for all 5 years the dividend will be $8 per year. 8 सालों तक हर साल 8 रुपये ही डिविडेंड दिया जाएगा. This KP was basically I in chapter number 3, time value of money formula of present value annuity, and this call price is the price at which the share is purchased back. So we put the so we replaced the P naught, we replaced the V with the P naught to find the yield, and yield is basically the KP. We are supposed to calculate the KP. Now we have replaced, we will put the values in the formula. हमने formula में values put कर दी हैं. हमें KP की value नहीं पता, N की value 5 है, क्योंकि ये 5 सालों के बाद कॉल किया जाएगा कंपनी की तरफ से, और कॉल प्राइस 110 है. नाउ वी विल अज्यूम द रेट्स. आई थिंक देयर इज इशू ऑफ फोकस. Focus is out. What should I do to have the focus? I think now it's okay. So now what we will do, अब हमने क्या करना है, कि हमने इंटरपोलेशन के फार्मूला से विद यूजिंग द इंटरपोलेशन फार्मूला वी हैव टू फाइंड द KP. बेसिकली यहाँ पे कोई ना कोई एक ऐसा रेट तो ज़रूर होगा कि जिस रेट पे this side of the equation will get to the this side of the equation, and we will assume the rate. First of all, we assume that this rate is 10%. We will put this 10% in the formula, and we have got 98. It is not equal to 100. and we need a rate at which if we put that rate we get exactly 100, और वही जो rate होगा that rate would be our yield of this preferred stock. Now we assume the rate of 9%, and see that what is the answer at 9% rate. At 9% the answer is 102. Remember, there is inverse relationship between this rate and this value. Whenever the rate decreases, this value increases. Now you can see that rate has decreased from 10% to 9%, and the value has increased from 98 to 102. Now it is clear that the rate at which we will get rupees $100 is between 9 and 10%. Now use the interpolation formula. This is the interpolation formula. Kp is equal to lower rate plus present value lower minus P naught divided by present value lower minus present value higher multiplied by R higher minus R lower. This is the higher rate, this is the lower rate. Value which is which comes against the higher rate is basically the higher value, and value that is against the lower rate is lower value. Apparently here this value is lower and this value is higher, but it is all about the rate. The value that is associated with the higher rate is higher value, and with the value that is associated with the lower rate is lower value. Now we put these values in this formula, and this is the rate rate at which this equation will get equal. This is basically the yield of the preferred stock. If you want to check your answer, you can put this rate into this formula. You will approximately get 100, and that's all from for the question number 7. We are done with the question number 7 that was related with the calculation of yield of a preferred stock. That was related with the calculation of the yield of a non-callable preferred stock and then callable preferred stock. जो नॉन कॉलेबल प्रेफर्ड स्टॉक वाली चीज़ है वो बहुत आसान है, ये उससे थोड़ी सी कम्प्लेक्स है, बट दिस इज़ नॉट अ वेरी बिग डील. Hope so you understand the question, and in next video we will move to the question number 8. That question is really easy. That's all for this question.